Hi, I'm Tiwana Perry, and this is my neighbor Donnie.
Hi.
Today, I want to talk to you about cruising and why it's the best way to travel. Cruising is the best way to visit various destinations within a specific time frame. Some of the most popular cruise lines today are Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, Holland America Cruise Line, Celebrity Cruise Line, Princess Cruise Line, and Disney Cruise Line. You can take various lengths of cruises, such as a 2-day cruise to nowhere, which literally will leave a port of call, go out to sea, and come right back, or maybe something a little longer, 4 or 5 days, the most popular length of time, which is about 7 days, which is a 7-day cruise, or you can combine various cruises for 2 weeks or any amount of time that you want. And cruising can be so many things. Cruising can be romantic, cruising can be fun, cruising can be adventurous, or even relaxing. Any type of cruise you want, there is an option for you. So who should cruise? Cruising is great for couples, especially honeymooners. According to the Travel Channel, the top 10 destinations for honeymooners happen to be mostly beaches. Of the 10 destinations, 8 were beaches. What's a great way to go to the beach? Where else? On a cruise. Families are also great cruisers. The reason is because most cruise ships actually offer kids clubs or kids activity clubs for kids ages 2 through 17. This allows the parents to be able to kind of have their own thing while the kiddies are around playing on the ship. Even some of the cruise lines offer teen night clubs. So if you have a really finicky teenager that doesn't even want to travel or be bothered with their family anyway, you know how they can get. They can have their own teen clubs where they can hang out with friends and maybe meet some new kids that they may turn out to be friends for a lifetime. On Carnival Cruise Line, they actually have a burger joint called Johnny Rockets, where kids can just come right on in, grab a booth, listen to some funky 50s music, and order burgers and shakes. And it's all covered in your cabin fare. Another reason why cruises are great for families is because kids, even the smaller kids, are allowed to kind of run around and roam around the cruise ship and safely do it with little to no supervision. Hey, where are they going? It's a cruise ship. Groups are excellent for cruises. It's an excellent way to travel with large groups of people. So some of the best cruise groups would be like for a family reunion. The ship can actually set up and prepare any kind of special events on board the ship, especially for your family. This could be something like maybe a private dinner with just your family, a cocktail hour with your family, or even a scavenger hunt on board the ship. They can even make your family reunion t-shirts. Now, how cool is that? Girlfriend getaways. Hey, grab a couple of your girlfriends and hit maybe 4 or 5 beaches over the course of a 7-day cruise. That's my kind of trip. Couples trips. Maybe 2 or 3 couples decide they want to get together and drop the kiddies off at grandma's. Then they can hit the 7 seas for maybe 3 or 4 days. What a way to reboot before they get back to the kiddies. You name it, you want it. There's a cruise that's tailor-made for every need. What is included in your cabin fare are so many things. It's pretty much all bundled up in one. So what I like to call cruise ships are an all-inclusive resort at sea. You get your sleeping accommodations included. This is your hotel at sea. So you have various types of cabins. Rooms without windows are called inside cabins. Rooms with windows or maybe a porthole or a balcony are called outside cabins. You can even order a family suite, which would be something like a 2-bedroom suite that has a room for the parents and a room for the kids. You can even go as far as to do a really large luxury suite that offers sweeping and panoramic views of the sea. Now that's class. Your meals are also included. This would mean your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your snacks, everything that you need. You could either go to a buffet breakfast at a restaurant, or you can go to something a little bit more high-end, like a five-star restaurant. Sometimes these restaurants are offered with award-winning chefs from around the world. Or if you want to do something a little bit more casual, like do a popular spot like a sports bar where you can grab a beer and some wings, or there are even pizza parlors right on board the ship. In addition, you have 24-hour room service, and if you get hungry in the middle of the night, there's a midnight buffet almost every night on most cruise ships. I would never stop eating. Entertainment is also included, which could be a burlesque show, a Broadway show, and even one time I was on a Royal Caribbean cruise ship and the entertainment was actually a figure skating show. It was like being at the Winter Olympics. Seminars, activities, and cultural sessions. It could be something as fun as napkin folding or maybe turning a towel into a little animal or a character, or something as sophisticated as wine tasting. When I was on a Royal Caribbean cruise many years ago, I actually learned the art of wine tasting, the differences between the grapes in white wine versus red wine, and how to swirl my glass so I know whether or not the wine was quality. Now, there are also other options that you can take that will cost you just a little bit more over your cabin fare. One of those things would be the spa. You can go and get a massage or maybe a body wrap, a manicure or a pedicure. You can also go to the hair salon for the ladies, or there's a barbershop for the men. And in addition to all of this, of course, you're going on a ship so that you can see the great destinations. And while you're out there, another option is to order tours or shore excursions. This could be a beach excursion, maybe a banana boat ride, swimming with the dolphins, which is probably on your bucket list, or something as adventurous as zip lining or visiting the ruins or other historic tours. Now, the various destinations in the reach that cruises go to is right now, for the most part, most cruises touch the main 6 continents, which is North America, South America, Australia, Asia, Africa, and Europe. But now there are even a few cruise lines that even go to Antarctica. Yes, Antarctica. The most popular itineraries are Caribbean and European itineraries, which could be anything from like a 7-day cruise to the Bahamas or Bermuda, or maybe even a Mediterranean cruise that goes to Barcelona, Spain, or the Greek Isles. Access to some of the best beaches, such as Hawaii or Fiji, and incredibly wonderfully historic sites around the world, like the Mayan ruins or Eiffel Tower, are some of the options when you're going on a cruise. And even if you really have it and your wallet can stretch that far, you can do a world cruise, which an example of this is starting in New York City, literally cruising all the way around the world, hitting all 7 continents sometimes, and then coming back to New York City. Hey, if you live in the greater New York area, you don't even have to fly. This type of trip can take 2, 3, or maybe 4 months, but what a way to travel. So let's recap. What makes cruising so great? The amount of land that you cover, as we already have understood. For instance, if you did a 7-day trip somewhere like Martinique and you get there on the first or second day and you don't like it, you're stuck for the rest of the 7 days. But if you take a cruise, you can visit 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 different various islands and then decide which ones you like the best and which ones you want to come back and visit for a longer period of time. Everything is at your fingertips. Whatever you need is right there for you. So even if you have a fun day at sea, as Carnival calls it, which is a day where you don't go to land, there are a plethora of things to do. From going to the pool, playing shuffleboard, maybe playing games, catching a seminar, going to the casino, spending some money, but basically having a good time. Everything is right there at your fingertips. Another reason why cruising is so great is because everything is arranged for you. From the moment you get on board that ship to the moment you leave, there's nothing that's not taken care of for you. All you have to do is ask. If you want to make an appointment, just ask. If you want to make a dinner reservation at a specialty restaurant, just ask. Everything is arranged for you. And the most important part to me that makes cruising the best way to travel is its economic aspect. What makes cruising so great is that you can do it for a very, very short period of time or a very, very long period of time. You can do it in the least expensive accommodations or the most expensive accommodations. But the bottom line, cruising can accommodate any budget, from a couple $100s for a 2 or 3 day cruise to a couple of thousands of dollars for a luxurious world cruise. But at any rate, I think cruising will allow everyone to reach their fullest potential, and whatever fantasy that they have, a cruise can create it for you. I hope you get a chance to find the best cruise that's for you. I thank you so much for joining me, and have a good day. Bye.